Why is she saying hello to everybody else?
Because I'm just that way.
Is
I'm sorry, Judge.
you gotta say okay.
I said you first.
Okay, you're right. You're
There
good.
you go.
All right, go ahead.
So, Judge, we are here for sentencing this morning. I'm in receipt of the pre-sentence report. I don't believe there are any factual corrections, additions, or deletions. Is that correct, Mr. Walters?
That is correct.
I would like to address some of the recommendations at the appropriate time.
You may go ahead.
So, Judge, they indicate that it's the 18th month prosecutor deferred sentence. I do believe that this would qualify potentially, maybe, or not, for the early discharge if everything is taken care of. But we want to really talk about number 4, no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, illegal substances. I have no problem with that. But the issue is I don't believe that alcohol or drugs were part of this. And we would just note that it is a constant strain on Mr. Walters' finances as he has to come up here and pay.
Yes, ma'am.
He has to come to Washington and pay, and he lives in Macomb County. So if we could maybe, do something.
He told me he likes Washington better.
Well, my daughter goes to school here.
Okay, see.
Good job.
All right.
But in any event, Judge.
Well, just counsel, if I can just shortcut that. He's on testing right now, correct?
Correct.
This is a change because he'll only have to test as requested by probation. So
I told you.
That's correct, Ms. Blair.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. So unless you want me to keep him on testing. No, okay. All right.
And with that, Judge, I don't think there are any further additions, corrections, or deletions. Mr. Walters is always presented with his family. He's remorseful about the situation. We've had some sessions where we talk about triggers and things that we don't do and things that we do. So he has no prior criminal record. So we would ask that this court adopt the agreement in this matter.
And there it is.
In this matter.
0:077 seconds. This sentencing starts with a polite courtroom greeting. But do not let that soft opening fool you. This is about to turn into one of those hearings where 0:15 seconds the tone shifts from friendly laughter to emotional devastation fast. Justin Walters is standing before Judge Simpson 0:22 seconds for sentencing. And right away, the defense is trying to frame him as cooperative, remorseful, and someone who deserves the benefit of a prosecutor's 0:31 seconds deferred sentence. That matters because a deferred sentence can be a huge opportunity. If the defendant follows the rules, stays out of trouble, pays 0:39 seconds what is owed, and satisfies probation, the long-term consequences may be reduced. But this courtroom is not just about paperwork today. There is a victim 0:48 seconds present, and when she speaks, the entire hearing changes. So, the question becomes simple. Is this a routine sentencing or is Judge Simpson about to 0:57 seconds share something that completely changes the emotional weight of the case? SILP 2. 3:23 minutes, 22 seconds and there it is. The defense makes the cleanest pitch possible. No prior criminal record, remorse, family support, and a request that Judge Simpson simply 3:13 minutes, 31 seconds adopt the agreement. In defense terms, this is the let's keep this controlled strategy. Keep the facts narrow. Keep the sentence practical. Keep the 3:403 minutes, 40 seconds defendant moving forward. They also raised a financial point earlier about testing being a burden. And the judge already clarified that testing would 3:483 minutes, 48 seconds only happen as requested by probation, not automatically non-stop. That matters because probation conditions are not 3:553 minutes, 55 seconds just symbolic. They cost money, take time.
I have been blindly defending Justin because if he said he didn't do it, right? Why would he lie? In the 3-ish years, I discovered that Justin is a synonym for habitual and pathological liar. We had a blowout, a typical friend spat. I stopped talking to him. I couldn't believe he had me losing friends and defending him at Asia's expense. He dogged her out and was cruel to her because he didn't want the world to know he loved and was involved with the overweight, smelly girl from a different religion. This was the first time I seen a chip in the PK boy next door armor, and I was stunned. Who lies about something so simple for years? Because of our relationship, I got a message telling me to go to the dorms to check on him. I never forget the one desk lamp, the cheap blue rug, or the hand-painted truck. When I went to Justin's room, the space was somber, the air was stale. He began to cry. I kept asking him, Justin was wrong. What's wrong, Justin? What's wrong? He sobbed into my neck. And suddenly I wasn't angry, disappointed, or hurt. I was confused, concerned, and afraid. I kept saying whatever was wrong, we could get through it. And everything was fine. He took a step back from me, rolled up his black hoodie sleeves, and blood was running down his arms. Horizontal lines like waves, he jumped in. And even though I never swam like this before, I was going in after him. I never knew anybody who self-harmed. It broke me in a unique way. I didn't know he was sharing trauma with me to justify future abusive behavior and condition me to refer to it. It was his get out of free jail card. Once he knew he had my heart, he started testing boundaries. It started with the thump, a gesture that you would do to test the ripeness of a watermelon. This was Justin with the haircut, not the one with the braids, the twists, the plaits, the curls that I did for free. Haircut Justin that emerged after months of horrendous torture that his Superman refused to save him from. It was times that monkey business got so barbaric that I would drive him in his car in circles around Ipsy just so he felt safe enough to sleep. I watched him harder. I loved him more. When you're the last man, you often feel beta. Every day I poured into him, hoping that he would love himself more than his inferiority. A thump to the forehead because he told me I had a smart ass mouth. And my reply is, I never heard that as a kid. That was his experience, not mine. Must be the sound of his head hitting the ground when Nyla called me frantically to come get him out of her room. When she said you had hit your head on the ground, I blamed her for letting it happen. Thump. When you got ran over by a car on Easter morning, I blame myself for not standing firmly and hiding your keys. Thump. The sound you made when you fell down the stairs and left a hole in the stairwells. Thump. I never been sexual with Justin, but I pressed my lips to yours, breathed air into your lungs. How many times did I save your life? And how many times did you try to take mine? I was the best friend that waited in emergency rooms with you. I was the best friend that characters you assassinated to continue your lies. I was the muse. I can't believe you stole my work and still perform it like it's your own. When you blame me for your drinking problems, I told you start drinking at 13. You would sneak into your parents' liquor cabinet. I didn't know you at 13. For that, I got my face slashed. When you blame me for your sadness, I told you tried to hang yourself in high school. I didn't know you. And then I got my hair ripped out by the follicles. When I found out you were trying to do a girl homework that you liked, I told you that you were better than that. And I was rewarded with a busted lip. The shift between love bombing and devaluation, all I wanted from Justin was good, wholesome friendship. It was through hanging out with him that I got to experience some epic outings, vacations, Lantern Fest, escape rooms, museums, fairs, carnival. But boy, did they cost me. After he stonewalled me and we were playing chicken on the highway, I had enough. We met at Savannah Blues and came up with the terms of our not talking. He said that he would buy me out of our plane tickets and lodging, cover my medical bills, and I could get my stuff. I agreed to never talk to him or about him. After he cussed me out and belittled me for hours, I grabbed my purse and left the restaurant. Before I could even get to the freeway, he called me and apologized. He said he was going to work on himself and not to give up on him, that God was working on him. And the scary part is he got this God thing down packed. But if you believe and I believe, we both go to God, you repent, I forgive. Why are we here? One of us don't believe. We were supposed to be family, and I needed that.
0:077 seconds. This sentencing starts with a polite courtroom greeting. But do not let that soft opening fool you. This is about to turn into one of those hearings where 0:15 seconds the tone shifts from friendly laughter to emotional devastation fast. Justin Walters is standing before Judge Simpson 0:22 seconds for sentencing. And right away, the defense is trying to frame him as cooperative, remorseful, and someone who deserves the benefit of a prosecutor's 0:31 seconds deferred sentence. That matters because a deferred sentence can be a huge opportunity. If the defendant follows the rules, stays out of trouble, pays 0:39 seconds what is owed, and satisfies probation, the long-term consequences may be reduced. But this courtroom is not just about paperwork today. There is a victim 0:48 seconds present, and when she speaks, the entire hearing changes. So, the question becomes simple. Is this a routine sentencing or is Judge Simpson about to 57 seconds share something that completely changes the emotional weight of the case? SILP 2. 3:23 minutes, 22 seconds and there it is. The defense makes the cleanest pitch possible. No prior criminal record, remorse, family support and a request that Judge Simpson simply 3:13 minutes, 31 seconds adopt the agreement. In defense terms, this is the let's keep this controlled strategy. Keep the facts narrow. Keep the sentence practical. Keep the 3:403 minutes, 40 seconds defendant moving forward. They also raised a financial point.
Maybe you're a good friend to the Planet Fitness predator, or the friend that borrows money without intent to pay, or the friend who you're a token black to. You wanted me to build you up to get you where you needed to be, but you never made the same sacrifices for me. I'm not angry, aggressive black woman. I am hurt that the friend that I love never loved me. It's like the yoke was not equal. I was a placeholder and I didn't even know it. I was his stepping stool, his punching bag, and I didn't even recognize the sign. I didn't even think right. I forgave, supported, was kind and patient, and yet I still have nothing to show for it. My feelings are valid. Your nickname is Scrap, because I think everybody in your family knew you liked to fight. You slam go, rip T's dreads out, and smash Asia's fingers. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. If you needed to hurt me to feel whole, I can only imagine how empty you are on the inside. When you were stumping me out the day you hurt your ankle, I was laid in a fetal position, covering my face and head, thinking, at least he's not cutting himself. I could take the pain if it gives him a break. Not only did I have to protect you, but I got to protect myself. And some days I couldn't do both, so I picked you. Pablo died because he had asthma and he was a smoker. His family asked about you. I didn't tell them that you wasn't coming, not because you wasn't aware, but because you don't care about people when nobody is around to witness your kindness. Our friend died and you were still in contact with Dejanay. We could have correlated the time and event so you could at least went and paid your respect. But once again, you only do stuff for show. Justin, you're a narcissist. And from what you have done, I have nightmares. And sometimes you're dead because I couldn't get to you in time. And sometimes I'm dead because I didn't leave in enough time. The conflict of not knowing what I did to you don't tell people that the reason why the TV is gone out the living room is because you tried to knock me into it and it fell off the wall. You don't tell people the reason why there's holes punched in your house. You don't tell the truth at all. You don't tell people that day that you were asleep in your room, you were high on cocaine that you got from your brother. Like, you don't tell the truth. And I'm sorry, because I just seen that part where it says drinking, he's an alcoholic. And then you wanted to blame the drinking on me. When I've been sober this whole time. That's why I can drive your friends' cars, your brother's cars, everybody's cars, because I'm always the sober one. You sit here in your blue suit and you don't have any remorse. I know this man for over 8 years. He doesn't have any remorse. He doesn't care. He just cared because he got caught. And now he can do the fake sad stuff. He can do the I was ashamed stuff. He can do the stuff that he did to his friend before me and that friend before him. He's not sorry. But once again, because I'm not a monster, when they asked me about the felony stuff, I didn't want that for you. But you wanted this for me. You wanted to see me in jail. You wanted to see me hurt. But I'm like, in closing, Justin, strap on your blue suit, because not only did it not start in Washington, it started in Sterling Heights. What did you do to me in Sterling Heights? What did you do to me in Bloomfield Hills? What did you do to me in Southfield? What did you do to me in these other cities? Remember that day that you were driving, I was driving your car back from Ohio and you socked me and we almost swerved and flipped the car? Remember how your Chevy Trax mirror got broke? You just lie about everything. But that's all I have to say, because there's nothing left to be said. He's not sorry. I'm just sorry that I
0:077 seconds. This sentencing starts with a polite courtroom greeting. But do not let that soft opening fool you. This is about to turn into one of those hearings where 0:15 seconds the tone shifts from friendly laughter to emotional devastation fast. Justin Walters is standing before Judge Simpson 0:22 seconds for sentencing. And right away, the defense is trying to frame him as cooperative, remorseful, and someone who deserves the benefit of a prosecutor's 0:31 seconds deferred sentence. That matters because a deferred sentence can be a huge opportunity. If the defendant follows the rules, stays out of trouble, pays 0:39 seconds what is owed, and satisfies probation, the long-term consequences may be reduced. But this courtroom is not just about paperwork today. There is a victim 0:48 seconds present, and when she speaks, the entire hearing changes. So, the question becomes simple. Is this a routine sentencing or is Judge Simpson about to 57 seconds share something that completely changes the emotional weight of the case? SILP 2. 3:23 minutes, 22 seconds and there it is. The defense makes the cleanest pitch possible. No prior criminal record, remorse, family support, and a request that Judge Simpson simply 3:13 minutes, 31 seconds adopt the agreement. In defense terms, this is the let's keep this controlled strategy. Keep the facts narrow. Keep the sentence practical. Keep the 3:403 minutes, 40 seconds defendant moving forward. They also raised a financial point earlier about testing being a burden. And the judge already clarified that testing would 3:483 minutes, 48 seconds only happen as requested by probation, not automatically non-stop.
I did speak with Constance this morning, and she said that she would be able to get both all of those estimates to me. It was a matter of contacting, I think it was, I'm not familiar with glasses companies like Best America Best Glasses.
It's right up the street. I mean, if we got to get I guess.
I'm happy to try to obtain those receipts and send them to defense. And if they object, then we can have a hearing if you prefer.
Well, the problem is I'm setting a hearing and I don't have anything to object to. I mean, I'm assuming, and I may be wrong, that counsel's objecting to this, but there's nothing to object to. I mean, I guess I'm not blaming. I'm just saying I don't even have. I have nothing upon which there is a claim for restitution that was made prior to today. I know how the prosecutor's office, well, I won't say I know how they work, but I mean, I know with the victim's advocates, you ask about that. You guys are great about getting that to Ms. Polera. Ms. Polera herself, where appropriate, asked. And I have nothing. And now I'm here today and I'm hearing that there's a request for restitution. So when are we going to get these receipts?
We hold restitution reserved for 30 days, 2 weeks, 14 days.
All right.
For a judge.
Yeah, no, I know that's typically how it works, but
for the orthodontic work, the glasses have been fixed and replaced, so that will be an actual receipt. The orthodontic bill is an estimate, and I believe the door has also been handled. There's a receipt for that as well.
this is her door.
Correct. And the door, there's pictures of the broken door and damages to the door while contained within the police report.
So, okay. I guess I'm a bit concerned only because I'm trying to figure out why I don't have any of the ones that are available now. I mean, I don't want this dragging out. All right. So that's the one thing. The other thing is there's an estimate for orthodontic work that hasn't been done.
Correct. I believe some, dental usually not covered by insurance, especially if the orthodontic work is not covered by insurance. So I don't know that they're able to pay up front for that.
Yeah, I appreciate your patience. What did you want to say?
I don't know. I don't. So, Judge, there was a lot to unpack. We would just ask this court to adopt the sentence agreement, understanding that Mr. Walters would contest a lot, but it's okay. We are here accepting responsibility for what he feels he is responsible for. And I will note that in all of those places, the police reports that I have seen were standbys for Mr. Walters against the complaining witness. We're not trying to proceed with any of those things. I want Mr. Walters to put a period and move on. When the court said no contact, that wasn't Mr. Walters. It was the court.
Prior to me imposing sentence or setting a restitution here, I want to meet with counsel, probation, and the victim's advocate in chambers. Let me get through a couple of things, and then I will do that.
Thank you, Judge. Have
So
to
I'll
be
pass.
downtown at
Pardon?
11. I have a preliminary exam at 11. I'm one
Where?
of those guys. 36th district.
They'll wait.
No.
All right.
Judge.
Let me just get through a
Okay.
couple more things.
Okay, thank
Okay. And the record should reflect we had a or a conference with defense counsel, the victim's advocate, and probation, primarily revolving around the restitution issue. But I think I've figured something out. Anything else either would like to say before I do impose sentence?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Young man, anything you want to say?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
On count for the assault and battery, I place you on probation for a period of 18 months under the prosecutor's deferred sentence. $555 fines and court costs, $540 probation oversight fees. When can you get that paid, young man?
The beginning of next year, the end of this year.
0:077 seconds. This sentencing starts with a polite courtroom greeting. But do not let that soft opening fool you. This is about to turn into one of those hearings where 0:15 seconds the tone shifts from friendly laughter to emotional devastation fast. Justin Walters is standing before Judge Simpson 0:22 seconds for sentencing. And right away, the defense is trying to frame him as cooperative, remorseful, and someone who deserves the benefit of a prosecutor's 0:31 seconds deferred sentence. That matters because a deferred sentence can be a huge opportunity. If the defendant follows the rules, stays out of trouble, pays 0:39 seconds what is owed, and satisfies probation, the long-term consequences may be reduced. But this courtroom is not just about paperwork today. There is a victim 0:48 seconds present, and when she speaks, the entire hearing changes. So, the question becomes simple. Is this a routine sentencing or is Judge Simpson about to 0:57 seconds share something that completely changes the emotional weight of the case? SILP 2. 3:23 minutes, 22 seconds and there it is. The defense makes the cleanest pitch possible. No prior criminal record, remorse, family support, and a request that Judge Simpson simply 3:13 minutes, 31 seconds adopt the agreement. In defense terms, this is the let's keep this controlled strategy.